We are in store for some full fender fury. The BickNell Racing Products Pro late models making their debut here on ESBN. You're talking small blocks in late models, and I'm impressed by the times I'm seeing it just in the practice here. In store for some full fender fury. The BickNell Racing Products. We're live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube, by the way. That's how I know. Anyways, I'm really impressed by the lap times I'm seeing. I mean, these guys are already sub 14, and the guys that have been turning laps, I mean, there's less than a second from between the haves and the have-nots, which is quite impressive on a 3/8 mile track like you've got here at Lanier.
We've been racing the 360s, so it's a big change. These cars, I'm going to go ahead and guess that they're a lot heavier, just from me running like the limited late model. Am I wrong in saying that?
You're talking between 600 and 800 pounds heavier.
Right.
Similar engines. You're still talking the small block, 358 cubic inches, single carburetor, but you know the way that these cars are set up, it's so different because you don't have that top wing to help you really. I dare say the word cheat through the corners. You really have to be up on the wheel in this car, and you're gonna see, you know, the people who know how to have throttle control are gonna really rise to the top. Especially, you know, you take a look at the track right now and just how whooped it is. Yeah. And this is just the hot lap session.
So let me ask this, because that was my next question. With these cars being as heavy as they are, does the track slick off faster than what it would compared to the 360?
Not really, but you'll notice that there's a lot more divots.
Right.
Like if you take a look coming out of turn 2, the track is a lot rougher.
Right.
It was when we were here last week with the 360 cars. And that has to do with the fact that these cars are you're weighing in between 2,200 and 2,400 pounds, depending on which sanctioning body you go by. Roughly the same rear tire. The only difference is you're running the same tires on the front and the rear.
That's interesting.
I mean, I'll tell you what. Get the what do you call it? The drone, the high-speed drone out, and take a look from looking back at one of the cars, and you can really see what the front wheels look like on these things. It's essentially this almost identical to what they're running on the rear of the car. But the thing is, the way that the chassis on these things are set up. Remember we were talking that you don't want to put a sprint car down on the bar.
Right.
If you put these cars, if you really just drive this like a pavement car, you're going to have a really bad time, because you kind of have to stay on the gas and what they call trail brake, where you're on the gas and the brake at the same time. And really the only way you can get the car to turn. Now the other thing too, Adam, with these cars, they have a right front brake cutoff. And basically what it does is you can decide whether or not you want the caliper on the right front to be active or not.
Interesting. That's very interesting.
And what that'll do is that you set your brake bias a little more towards the front, turn off the right front brake, and you stab the pedal, the car will start to rotate, and then you feather the throttle to keep the car into the slide. As these guys are out there for their qualifying laps right now, they're coming in hot and heavy. Not a real surprise at who we're seeing at the top of the board. Brandon Tretton?
I'm guessing, yeah. I'm going to say that you're right, because I'm not sure.
Anyways, in the O2 was our quick time in the hot lap session, sitting at the top of the pile right now at a 14.1. Nick Cooper, another one of the, and I'm using this term loosely, pros, who the guys that were at the top of the pile in the hot lap session are at the top of the pile here in qualifying session. So no real shocker there. And I was talking with a few of the guys before we went live, and they're fully expecting Tretton and Cooper to be the class of the field, because in the first points race that they had last night, just walked into the field.
In your mind, does that kind of take, does that get your confidence down if you're one of these other drivers a little bit? Or, I mean, of course you're going to have to race.
It gets my gander up and like, okay, can I beat this guy and do it cleanly? And it makes me try harder. But that's just me. But it can get into your head. For sure. Series where you show up and the same 2 or 3 people every race just kind of walk away from the field. It's like, okay, what the hell am I doing wrong? You're getting into your own head. That's what you're doing wrong. So the biggest thing with especially with these guys going, how long are they going? 50 laps for the main. This track is going to be past the point of what we call whooped.
With this many cars,
you're going to be way past 100% usage, and you can see that shiny mark down towards the bottom there. Yep. About a car length or car width up off the inside wall.
All right.
Inside wall before the night's over. Is first heat starting to line up, Adam?
Yeah, we got 10 cars. It looks like in this first heat. Brandon, of course, we was talking about him going to be up front alongside Quinn. Is it Wallace, I believe? Kyle Ritchie, Trevor Wright, Adam Ross, who, by the way, really surprised us in the 360 sprints. Really did a good job. Richard, how do you say his last name? The 96.
Herrera?
I'm going to guess. Yeah, I'm going to say that's right because I have no idea. Matt Yorker, Sebastian Labonte going to be in 8th. Dean Metzler and Jason Giblin. And I know I said Dean's name wrong as well, but I'm from Tennessee. We butcher names here. So first race, 8 laps. Going to guess because what we're thinking, by the way, we could have a Conti race.
Corbin crossed and said that they're going to take all
20. Okay.
Straight into the feature. They're going to skip the cons.
That's awesome. I like seeing that. That's going to be fun.
We got 20 cars here tonight.
That's going to be wild, man.
It's going to be real wild, especially with how slick the track gets. This Georgia Clay here at Lanier gets slick very quickly. And you could already see the ruts starting to form just after the qualifying session as the Regional Colorado Pace Truck is in. Green flag is out. We're underway for heat race number 1 of the BickNell Racing Products Pro Late Model.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. This is going to take me some getting used to. Never really broadcasted a lot of late model races. They're going to see slide job after slide job in this race, I feel like. So we'll have to wait and see. Right now, by the way, Kyle up to 2nd.
Reggie Stanton, Quinn Wallace side by side for 3rd right now.
And already the 7's moved up to the high line.
The thing is, they found out during the open practice that there's a certain line that you can basically call it the slide job line.
Right.
If you can get it to work, it is so quick around here, it's scary. As the field starting to get strung out, as we're already plus flags out this time across the stripe.
It's amazing how quick these things actually are.
Yeah, I mean, the laps go by very quickly.
Yeah, they really do. By the way, Adam Ross actually must have had an issue. He is on pit road, so not sure what happened there.
Oh, from what I'm hearing, a lot of these guys have just been beating the ever-loving hell out of the bodywork coming off the corner. But how about Jason Giblin already up to 5th, starting shotgun on the field?
Yeah, that's a good lap too. A 14.9. It's not bad considering where he started.
Well, he kind of chunked it on that one, but it'd be white flag this time across the stripe for your leader. The top 3 have just checked out.
They're going
2 full seconds to the good over Trevor Wright. And, you know, coming to the checkers this time,
He walks
that
away
one
with
in
it.
the book. Wallace, Ritchie, Wright, Blinn, Yorker, Pereira, Labonte, Metzler, and Roth, DNF.
Yeah,
But,
something happened there. I don't know.
They are going to take all 10 into the feature, and they are going to skip the Consi from what I'm seeing.
That's great news. So we got some good drivers in this one. There's a couple people, and you can go ahead and run down the field if you want, but we all know who a lot of people are here for.
Big.
We already know.
Up on the point is going to be the 35 of Nick Cooper. He's going to be joined with Tom Richard. Chris Miller and row number 2. Row 3 is going to go to Justin Williams and Corned Beef himself, Mr. Corby Daniels, in the BickNell house car. And
good luck with that one.
Joseph Bungorio.
Yeah, we're going to have to figure that one out.
Reiser going to be starting in row number 4. Row 5 is going to see our very own Derek Pemberton, and he's going to be joined with Tyler Pachalski in the 21.
Yeah, this is Derek's first time ever running. I don't think it's his first race ever, but he's never really done well in it. It might be his first time ever.
It's his first late model race.
There we go. So we're not entirely sure what's going to happen with that. Everybody's been helpful to him, though. Yeah, he just better pray.
Colorado pace truck is in. Field rolls its way out of turn number 4. Green flag comes out. We're underway.
Lord.
They're already 3 wide.
Good Lord. Best of luck calling that one out.
Cooper with the lead right now as Tom Richards working that high line.
Look at that.
And already side by side with Travis Miller for second. Miller in that slide job line, going to make it work on the low line coming up in front of Richards.
Somebody that's moving up is Daniels.
Daniels is on rails right now. Corby Daniels in the number 88 BickNell house car, the all-white machine on that high line, making that cushion work.
Doing pretty good right now.
Working on Pat Reiser right now for 4th. That is your tight battle right now. As you've also got the 8 of Justin Williams getting into that battle.
Yeah, what's been pretty impressive.
Well, that's not the 8.
I think it was the 33.
It was the number 44.
Oh, okay.
Bad. Here, Joe.
What's been impressive, Nick Cooper has almost out to a second lead. He's not quite there yet, but almost out to a second lead over Travis Miller. Travis Miller, we know how good he is on there anyway, and here he is once again, doing really well in the late model.
Okay, so I see what messed me up is Joe Isabel.
Yeah, it messed me up too.
Running a number 6. Thanks, Joe. We need to talk to you after the race.
That's your biggest pet peeve.
That car being scored as number 44. Got the wrong transponder in that car right now. While up in front, Nick Cooper is just walking the field, almost a full second to the good over Travis Miller, who is another second to the good over Tom Richards.
Yeah, checker flag about to wave this time as Nick Cooper works out of turn 4, and he is going to see the checker flag. Cooper wins heat race number 2 with Miller and Richards finish the second and third.
Daniels coming home in 4th. Joe Isabel in 5th. Pat Reiser in 6th. Justin Williams in 7th. Tyler Pachalski able to move up a couple spots into 8th.
Yeah, my leaderboard just got completely mixed up. It shows me Derek 8th.
Mine.
Yeah, it shows me Derek in 8th, but it completely messed up my leaderboard once they crossed the line. So I'm not quite sure either.
Yeah, I had Derek in 8th, and then all of a sudden he went to a lap down.
Yeah,
but anyway,
it's weird.
They are going to be, looks like skipping the Consi. Yep.
Yeah, quick little warm up here. What'd you learn from that, man? I mean, the track, it looks really racy. It looks like there's a couple grooves out there. I mean, the bottom line still looks like it's preferred, but I mean, we've seen some, fairly decent racing. The restarts look pretty intense.
Well, it looks like bounty money is already being put up there as Nick Cooper asking race control if he can go to the back of the field and try to start back there and make his way back.
Really? Interesting.
With the performance that Treaton put on in the first heat, that's a ballsy move.
Yes, it really is. And not only that, he was fastest in the heat lap or hot laps. I think you kind of, I don't know, that's pretty, yeah. Well, I mean, we'll see if we can do it.
It's definitely a ballsy move, as these guys are just making sure that they know what the track's going to do. Fix setups again.
By the way, I had no idea I had a BickNell logo literally on the screen the entire heat race. Up in the top. So I apologize.
You're not the first person that's done that, but definitely shout out for benefactors in this one. The good folks over at BickNell Racing Products putting up the coin to be able to do this. Pete BickNell, Mr. Smallblock, and his crew, they're just such a knowledgeable crew at BRP, and it's not just the dirt side that they take care of you.
Drag cars,
cars, pavement cars, road race cars, pavement oval. If it has an internal combustion engine and you can race it, BickNell Racing Products can probably get you hooked up with some parts that you're going to need.
That's pretty awesome.
They even work on boats.
Really?
I mean, they don't work on them there, but they have parts will work in race boats.
That's pretty cool, like the drag boats and stuff like that. That's pretty neat.
Exactly. Cool. Drag boats, offshore boats.
So they're straight up motorsports, like pretty much. They are. Yeah, that's impressive.
And that's the beauty of it. And they've been doing this for 40 plus years.
So, wow.
The thing is, if you add the combined years of experience in the entire staff at BRP, you're close to 150 years.
That's
combined experience.
That's pretty impressive. All right. Well, we know what time it is. Gridding has begun.
Can load, gentlemen. Is the field's starting to grid up. Scheduled to roll off in row number 1 is going to be Brendan Treaton and Nick Cooper. Quinn Wallace and Travis Miller going to roll off in row number 2. Row 3 is going to see Kyle Ritchie and Tom Richards. That's not going to get confusing. Yeah. Trevor Wright and Corby Daniels going to roll off in row number 4. Jason Giblin and Joe Isabel going to be in row number 10. Go ahead, Adam.
I'm going to guess, I hope mine's right, because mine's showing different stuff, I think. Anyway, Matt Yorker got in is 11th, I believe. Patrick Reiser in 12th. Richard going to be rolled off in number 96. Once again, I do not want to butcher your name too much, so I just do not pronounce it. Same as the 28. Joseph going to be rolling off beside him. I don't want to disrespect your last name by trying to pronounce that. Trust me, you don't want that to happen. Sebastian Labonte going to be rolling off in 15th with Derek Pemberton. ESPN's own rolling off in 16th. Dean Missler going to be rolling off in 17th with Justin Williams, Adam Ross, and Tyler Pulaski. Is that how you say his last name?
Pachelski.
Pachelski, sorry. I don't know why I said Pulaski. Good Lord. You'd think I know that by now.
As the field rolling off and Cooper taking that EOL.
It's going to be fun to watch that. I mean, 50 laps, man, as quick as they're going around, it's not a lot of time to get up to this many cars.
Well, the thing is, you got to remember, you got to do tire management with this thing now, too, because the new tire model is out, and this track is already pretty whooped. As the lights go out on the Chevy Silverado pace truck, field working its way down the back straightaway here at Lanier. The only thing that's left to do is you're going to pull one more tear off. You're going to put those belts just a little bit tighter. Grandpa, Papa Viagra, it's time to get it on in the Peach State.
Green flag
comes out. We are underway. And we are already seeing carnage as one car up on its side. No caution, though.
That was strange. No caution. We got actually one car. There it is. Yeah, that was Jason Giblin. He sent backwards right now in turn 4.
think we have a race control tonight, but he had to wait on that one to actually get it to throw.
There's your look
But
at
yeah,
that
Giblin and Richie just annihilated each other in the middle of 1 and 2.
So this is the thing that
His truck is already in.
what?
Oh, his truck is already his truck is in and out.
Now it's out.
Truck driver, I think, has been partaking in a couple already.
See, this is what's interesting to me. These yellows, but so many cars, we're going to have a few yellows. We already know that. But if you're Nick Cooper, starting back to where he was, I mean, you don't really want yellows, I wouldn't think, would you?
Not really. I mean, he's already picked up 2 spots,
Right.
But you definitely you want this thing to stay green. As lights are out on the Chevy Silverado Pace truck, Treaton is going to have the button one more time as the field works its way into the 3-4 complex again. Let's see if we can actually make a full lap this time, boys. Chevy Silverado is in, and we are back underway, and they are already wide back in the pack. And we already got one upside down.
Caution should fly once again, and not yet. We're waiting to get back going. That was Matt Yorker, and we will stay green for now.
If Yorker's underway, we're going to stay green, and
by the way, Corby Daniels sliding these. Oh,
getting it all wrong and pointing the wrong way on a one-way street. That is going to bring out the caution.
Yeah, that definitely had a throw. He's sitting right in the middle of the track as the caution does come back out. Here's a look at that replay. Basically looked like he tried to slide up in front of the 3 and just really probably couldn't have.
Yeah, he got too much of
There was a couple other cars that was involved in that as well. I seen the 44.
No. You just got word from race control. Treaton jumped the start. So they are putting him to the tail end of the field. I'm looking at it right now. Treaton was given an EOL.
Yeah, it was definitely close. I mean, there you go. So that changes up, well, everything. Let's just be honest.
Very much so, and he is now going to have to, as Cooper is already up to 8th, by the way, but that is going to hand the lead of this thing over to...
That is insane. I don't even know how that's possible.
He's up to 8th already. Quinn Wells is going to have the button as the lights are out on the Chevy. I think the lights are out. Are they?
Yes. Yeah. No, they're not. I thought they were.
Anyway, Quinn Wells, Travis Miller, Tom Richards, Matt Reiser, and Joseph T. Mario. I hope I'm saying that right, Joe, and I apologize if I'm not. As the lights go out on the Chevy Silverado Pace truck, this time, Quinn Wells is going to have the button. Travis Miller starting to his outside, and Derek Pemberton has put it on the hauler.
Yeah, he said, I'm done. His first race in the late model, he's like, I don't know how y'all do this. Ready to go back racing.
And the field works its way out of turn number 4. Pace truck is in. And green flag comes out. We are underway. Wells pulls the trigger, and we are already stacking them up as 2 wide for second between Miller and Reiser.
Miller right now using that high line.
3 wide. Richards is in there as well.
Oh, there he goes. 3 going to get shot. Yeah, he got shot in the back, and it looks like it goes go around. We stay green. Now the caution's probably going to come out as they pile it up big time. And Thomas Richard was not very happy with that. He just drove. There was another wreck that happened in front of him. He just decided to jump out. Yeah, the 33 gets into the back of him, Patrick Reiser, and then just more cars get collected. Finally get collected, that is. It took a minute for all that to really occur. And there you see right there, the 33 car not very happy driving through them other cars that happened up in front of him. But
if you take a look at what just happened to Joe Isabel, I can understand why he is less than happy.
Let's see. See if I can jump back to him just a moment here and take a peek at that. Might take me just a minute, and Well, there we go. So here's the wreck again.
Cars nosed into the outside wall, and you just have here comes Daredevil just screaming on the outside. As the lights are out on the Chevy Silverado pace truck, Field working his way down the back straightaway. Wells and Miller are going to bring him back to green one more time. As don't look now, but Nick Cooper is already up.
Well, I've been impressed with how quick things are happening right now. As we are back green flag,
and they're already 4 wide.
Best of luck figuring this out. There's no way this works out, and they keep it straight for now.
96 stopped on the backstride.
Yeah, don't really know. He is moving now, I think. Something had to happen there. Screen mail went black. Look at this highline rolling though. We're up at a blimp cam. We're seeing there goes someone. He saves it. And nope. That was Jason Giblin, by the way, and he caught the lip, by the way. We've talked about that lip before in past races we've done here.
Yeah.
That sticks out of turn 2, and that's exactly what it looks like it was. Or was it turn 2 or going into turn 3? Sorry, turn 3. Oh, it's basically the exit to the track, if I'm not mistaken.
That is the exit to the track going into 3, and he walloped that wall a ton.
Boy, you talk about that. That would be devastating in real life. Do they have the safer barriers here in real life or no?
No, this track is...
Oh, that's right. It's not here no more.
Anymore in real life.
That's correct. I forgot. Which most dirt tracks don't have safer barriers, right? Because they're so expensive.
Not usually. But you have tracks like Oswego Speedway that they just run a foam block that they set in the corners.
Wow.
It's a giant foam block, and every time a car hits it, it's like snow. No.
Oh, gosh.
That's all it is. It's just styrofoam. They just go poof.
Oh, gosh.
We laugh about it.
But it does help.
There has been a ton of drivers who have been saved.
Oh, I bet.
By those foam blocks.
Yeah, I bet.
To the point where they actually ask people, and as we go back under green, single file restart this time, they ask people during the special events if they want to sponsor those foam blocks.
Oh, really?
So you can get your name actually spray painted on the foam block.
It probably helps them afford more of them blocks in the future.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. It's not an expensive thing to do. So if you want to sponsor a foam block, you can reach out to the Oswego Speedway and do so. I'm not sure if they have. I don't think they have them there for Super Dirt Week, but they do have them there when they are running pavement cars. True. As don't look now, but Quinn Wallace is fighting for his life right now on that low side, and here comes Nick Cooper on the high line. And Nick better not. Nick better not dilly-dally too much as caution comes out again.
Yeah, this was Tyler in the 21. He was running up inside the top 10, Tyler Pachelski, and then right there, the 6 just gets to the back of him and turns him around, and there was actually a little bit more contact after that. But
that was the 44.
Or 44, sorry.
Not calling him the 6, he's the 44 tonight.
That is true.
But, what's impressive to me is
look who's sitting third.
I was about to say that. So Cooper, who started second on the field, he showing the way. Quinn Wallace, who started third, fighting for his life in second right now, because he's got your pole sitter, Brandon Treaton, sitting right behind him.
It's a wild race, man. I'm not going to lie. It's just so quick.
Let's take a look at it. You got to give props, though, to Adam Ross in the 19th. Yeah. 19th.
Yeah.
And he's already up to 7th. So hats off to him as we are back underway. Cooper pulls the trigger, and we are already almost 3 wide as Treaton thinks better of it. But now they are 3 wide as Treaton on that slide job line, just taking shots at Wills in every corner.
They're trying to do a slaughter, cannot do it.
There's going to be contact.
Yeah,
Before they're done, there is going to be contact.
Miller's doing a pretty good job running the low line. I still think the fast line is definitely the way to go right now, but, you know. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that was close right there. Contact almost. Oh!
And Treaton's running what they jokingly call in the open practice, they called it the slide job line.
Right.
And that's where basically you just throw it in there and hope it sticks. Not really working that well for him right now, as he's now under pressure from Travis Miller, who's working that low line where if you look down there, that very, very low line through 3 and 4.
There's a little bit, yeah.
There's a little bit of moisture down there still.
Yeah, you see it very
however,
low.
As Treaton jumps down there, Wells starting to run the cushion, bounces the cushion, pangs the wall. Nick Cooper, though, is already into lap traffic. How about that?
Yeah, we got one going around.
Oh! Goes around and just more airtime than the skateboard at the X Games. Yeah, that doesn't bring out a caution.
We're staying green? Are we staying green now? Oh, okay, there it is. There you go. There's the 49. Ugh. Didn't really went for a ride on that one, and now he's in the pits. Also, I want to mention we was talking about Adam Ross. He got a pretty good shot a few moments ago from, I'm not sure who that was. Thinking I was about to say maybe it was Thomas Richards, but I don't think it was him. But anyway, he did take a shot, but he's still running in 7th right now. As we are already on coming to lap 37 this time. I'm just impressed by how quick things actually happen here, man. Like, it happens so quick. I mean, if you're trying to avoid a wreck, best of luck.
Okay, and yeah, once again, Isabel and Isabel, not a happy camper, as him and Reiser got together when that caution came out as well. So a lot of jaw-jacking going back and forth right now in the Instant chat. Luckily, ladies and gentlemen, we are PG-13. We're not going to let you hear the naughtiness of the
I've
word.
got in trouble for that before.
Just know that there's a lot of, we say words you're not allowed to say on TV.
Yes, that works.
As we are back underway, and Cooper gets a great jump. Trenton with him. Wells and Miller battling it out for 3rd right now. As
I'm impressed with Cooper, though, man. Like, honestly.
very much.
It's impressive. By the way, these are open setups, correct? Or no, this is fixed. I apologize. It is fixed.
It is a fixed setup league. As it's like Dean Metzler going to be calling no mas on that one. As we are 10 to go.
Battle right now for 2nd place.
And that battle for 2nd place is really starting to heat up.
Yeah.
And he's got to be kicking himself right now. But jump that restart early on. And he right now looks like he doesn't have anything for Cooper, and he is fighting for his life right now. Miller wants 2nd place.
Yeah, looking at the lap times, Cooper right now is running a little bit faster in a 15.016 to a 15.22 or 15.022. So Nick's still faster, not by much. That time Brandon was a little bit faster. So, but he's so far ahead right now, it ain't really going to make that big of a difference.
That has to do also with the fact that Nick is also having to deal with lap traffic.
Yeah, you guys see that right there. He just got around a car right there. And we are coming to lap 46. This time off the line.
Absolutely. 5 to go as the... a
little bit further back in the field.
On rails right now.
Yeah, he's...
Seconds separating your top 3. And then you're almost 2 full seconds back from Travis Miller to Quinn Wallace.
Yeah, honestly, it's been a fun race though. It's been a wild one.
Absolutely.
Like it's
Absolutely.
it's definitely. I'll be honest, from the 360s was great. I feel like you have a lot more excitement that happens in here right now with these late models.
You do, because
You know?
it's with the sprint cars, you don't really drive them, you more aim them.
Right.
Whereas with the late models, you really have to your throttle control, your brake control,
Right.
and I mean you're steering your ass off. Pardon my French, folks, but
You're working the wheel.
I mean, you're up on the wheel all race long. It's like is out one more time around. Cooper's just got to stay out of trouble as works through the 3-4 complex lap, giving him plenty of room. As Cooper gonna hold is we got a smoker.
Yeah, it was Adam Ross that was smoking. Nick Cooper did win the race. Brandon in second, Travis in third.
Absolutely.
So there you go.
So hell of a show.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm nothing but impressed right now. As
I feel like he's been a victory lane once or twice because that was pretty awesome.
Absolutely.
All right, let's see if we can get him.
Adam, I believe you've got Nick Cooper now?
I think so. Nick, it's Adam Antonio up at the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Man, well, this was... I don't want to say it was easy, but it didn't look like it was too hard. You started last, just driving all the way up through the field. Very impressive.
Yeah, definitely. I enjoy coming from the back. It's a lot more fun. I knew there's going to be quite a bit of yellows. Just a lot of fun, trying to work traffic and stuff, and it helps you in the real world. So that's kind of why I like doing it, because you'll see where you're gaining on people or where you got to get better or stuff like that. So, and being on fixed setups, you can learn a little bit more, I think. But it was a lot of fun.
For sure, man. Talk about the line that you preferred. Was it the high line? It looked like the high line was the way to go, especially later in the race, that we kind of already knew. But did you like working up there, or would you prefer the low line?
It was really about where I was most comfortable, but the slider line or the top was, I think, the way to go. It got slick off the bottom on exit on both corners, so you kind of, any moisture that you can get as soon as you can is the best thing to do usually.
For sure. Tony, you got any questions?
Nick, we broadcasted the car league. Can you talk us through the differences between driving the small block sprint car and the small block late model?
Late models take a lot more throttle control because you don't have the wing. Obviously, these are the small blocks. They're a lot less power than the super, but it still takes a little bit more throttle control. But the sprint car is just basically as hard as you can, and it takes a little bit of throttle control, but you got the wing to hold you.
That's pretty much what Tony was talking about. Hey, man, good job tonight. You want to give shout-outs or anything?
I want to give a shout-out to D1RT, BickNell, Corby, and everybody a part of this league and making it happen, and you guys broadcasting.
Awesome. Good job tonight, man.
Thank you.
Thanks, buddy. All right, who do we got next?
I believe we have our runner-up, and I'm actually I'm gonna let him introduce himself. Brandon, go ahead and give us the proper pronunciation of your last name, because I guarantee you both Adam and I butchered it all night long.
It's Creation.
You was closer than I would have been, Tony, so good job. Man, honestly, you talk us about the restart. It was very close from what I seen. I know you still finished second, which was awesome, but it was still a good finish for us to watch. But talk us a little bit about that restart of what happened.
Well, from what I understood was that green flag starts the initial start of the race, and leaders the rest of the restarts, and apparently I left too early, so
very interesting.
Yeah,
we was looking at it too, and I can't say, but you know what I mean. Anyway, man, second place tonight, not bad, honestly. It looked like that you was definitely one of the cars to beat tonight. Came up just a little bit short. Really, it was just traffic. It looked like really holding you back a little bit to trying to retake that lead.
what cost me mainly was I couldn't get going on the last restart, and once he got away, we were pretty even. He beat me a couple laps, but I ran him down a couple laps, and that was it. Once I butchered the last restart, he was gonna win. And I can't run the slider line. I don't have VL or triple monitors, and every time I try it, I just blast it in the wall. So I just ran the bottom.
Well, either way, you did a good job tonight, man. Tony, any questions for him?
The only question I really had, he already answered, and I want to apologize, bud, for butchering your last name like I did.
You did better than me.
You know, we kind of we get thrown into these situations, and nobody gives us pronunciations until it's late. So we'll work on that for next week for you, bud.
Good. I'm used to it.
You want to give any shout outs tonight, man?
I'd like to thank BRP, the guys that put on this league for having us race, and JIR Sin Sports, and everyone else. It's pretty cool.
Hey, good job tonight, buddy.
Thanks.
Thanks a lot, man. All right, next up, who do we have?
We are with Mr. Travis Miller rounding out our podium for tonight.
Travis, Adam, and Tony up to the booth. You got us.
Yeah, guys, how you doing?
Pretty good, man. Not a bad night. Third place. We was actually talking about you a little bit in this race. So I was talking about the 360 sprint cars transferring over to now the late model. Talk about that transition. Has it gone pretty smooth? It looks like it has. Finished in third place tonight.
It's gone okay. I mean, they're a totally different animal to drive, and it's just trying to figure out your points and going from there. And the competition that we had tonight was pretty stout, so to come away with a third was good.
What is the biggest thing about driving these cars? It looks like the most important thing, the restarts that we have seem very important, because the race is only 50 laps, which is a decent for dirt race. It's not a lot, but it's not really short or long either. It looks like the restarts are probably one of the most important things when driving these late models.
Yeah, the restarts were important just because if you missed your restart, it took you a lot longer to trail them back in, whoever was in front of you. And it's just about carrying the speed to the corner. If you mess up one corner, you're going to lose a lot of time. And it's not like a sprint car where you can make that time up in the next corner. It takes a few laps to really get there.
Either way, man, you did a good job tonight. Tony, any questions for Travis?
Travis, I was impressed all night. You ran up front. You qualified. Where did you qualify? Qualified fourth, finished third. You and Quinn Wallace were just slugging it out all night long. Talk us through the battle when you guys. I mean, you guys are side by side most of the night.
Yeah, I mean, we had a good race going. It was just unfortunately there was that one wreck where he got a little bit of damage and he started to fade at the end there, which was unfortunate. But we were running clean side by side, and it was fun running up front with those guys because they were running clean, and it was just fortunately we were able to come out on top and come with a third.
Well, man, you definitely. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tony.
I was gonna say, I know we saw you have some success in the 360 sprints. Your thoughts as the series moves to the full fendered Fury. Give us your thoughts on this so far.
It should be all right. I mean, last night we had our first points race, and we finished third in that. So hopefully we can just stay consistent throughout the year and be up top at the end. But if worse comes to worse, we're going to have a good time regardless. So that's the best part.
That's the best part of it. And, congratulations on the podium tonight, sir. Adam, you got anything else?
No, man, that'll be it. You got any shout-outs or anything you want to give out?
Just Colson Phelps Designs for the wraps. Always makes beautiful cars. And just my sponsors, Gaston's Auto, Precision Auto Clinic, Hinkson Metal Fab, and Brian Fretz Financial for all they do in the real world and the virtual.
Hey, man, good job tonight.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
You too, buddy. All right, so there's our top three interviews. That was Nick, Brandon, and Travis, who did a great job tonight. Honestly, the race itself was pretty exciting. It was honestly a lot faster than what I thought it would be compared to the 360s. I mean, these things went up and go. Tony, talk us through it.
Well, the one thing I want to do right now is I want to reach out to Chief Cook and Bottle Washer here at the BickNell Racing Products Pro Late Model Series. That would be Mr. Corby Daniels. Corby, impressive showing first night with the late models here on ESPN. You guys had a hell of a show last night. I was able to catch part of it. Your thoughts moving forward here with the late models. Moving away from the sprint cars for a little bit.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Big good turnout tonight. I was pretty happy with it. Last night we also had a pretty good turnout. A lot of new guys, a lot of old guys coming over from the 360s. Seems like the guys from the 360s. I mean, we were running those for a while, and nobody was really getting any late model seat time. So we did pretty good, and the new guys are definitely putting a whooping on us right now. But we'll all get caught up eventually. But just glad to see everybody's out here having a good time, and we'll see what happens.
So, where is the series going next week?
Next week I believe. I can give you that in 2 seconds here. Hold on. I'd want to say it's. I want to say it might be a Lanier. To be honest with you, it is.
Oh, well,
Yep, it is Lanier. We will be at Lanier for the points race next week on Monday night.
Awesome. And of course, for people that don't know, by the way, they vote on the next track for the Tuesday night thing that we got going on.
Yeah, I put a feeler out with everybody, and everybody gets suggestions, and then we pick the most popular track for the broadcast. Awesome. Yeah.
Oh, Corby, again, just nothing but impressed with what we saw on the track tonight. It's just action throughout the entire field. I know you kind of got stuffed a couple of times, and I know there was some hurt feelings with some of the other drivers, with some of the other stuff that was going on. But all in all, excellent show.
Yeah, it was a good race. I was just trying to do my best. I got fumbled a little bit. I was trying to throw the yellow. My race director wasn't here tonight, so I was trying to throw the yellows and do all that stuff while I was racing, which didn't. Doesn't always pan out, but it's okay. I'm just out here to have fun and make sure these guys have fun. So, but other than that, it was clean racing, it looked like, and everybody had a good time.
I got an idea for you on that after we go off the air. I'll bring it up to you.
Okay, sounds good.
Hey, man. Good job tonight. Good show.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Yes, sir. All right. Tony, first night in the late models. Well, I don't want to say first night. It's actually their second night, but first night for us on ESPN late models from the switch from the 360 sprints. Like you said, it's not a bad showing.
I was nothing but impressed with what I saw all night long. You had the let's face it, the two guys that were the class of the field all night. Nick Cooper and Brandon Sheehan. I got it right that time, Brandon. Those guys, both of them went to the back of the field, and the way it was explained to me, what happened was because they didn't make it through turn one before the caution came out, it was going to be a complete restart again, and
I see.
He missed that part of the memo,
right?
And just went when the pace truck off. So, and again, I mean, it was one of those deals where it just, oops.
Yeah.
Luckily, luckily a caution came out. Luckily or unluckily, however you want to look at it, a caution came out quick enough that he was able to get back up there, and salvage a podium out of it. But you had Corby Daniels got turned and made it all the way back up to seventh.
Seventh, yes.
And you had the race between Quinn Wallace, Justin Williams, Chris Miller, and Tom Richards. Those four guys were just slugging it out all night long. And finally getting a little bit of separation. Justin Williams coming from 18th, finishing 5th. So I mean, there's a lot of people driving their backsides off in this race tonight, making it happen. But that's the beauty of late models is with the full fenders. can lean on somebody a little more in a late model than you can in a sprint car.
Yeah, I'll tell you something I was interested or very impressed by, and he didn't finish good. It was Dean Metzler. He finished back in 16th, and he was actually trying out for the league tonight for their Monday Night Series. And honestly, dude, even though he finished 16th, he was running good.
What impressed me was he was doing his best to try to just stay out of everybody's way,
which is great. That's what you want to do for a tryout.
Until you learn how people in the league race each other, that's the best course of action to take. Is just you try to find your spot and just let the finishes come where they're going to come.
Yeah.
Until you learn, okay, this guy throws sliders at this time in this corner. And this guy is always going to run me tight, and that's the best way to kind of handle it. And yeah, he definitely handled himself like a professional trying out for the league. And the finishes will come. I'm kind of right now. I'm taking a look at some of the guys that finished in the top 10, and super late model win, 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 pro late model win, pro late model win, super late model win. And it's just one guy.
Yeah, this series is stacked, man. Like, there's a lot of good drivers in here. One person I did feel bad for was Adam Ross. I kind of feel for that guy. He had a pretty good run going. Unfortunately, did not make it out of it. Finished 14th, but we've seen him. He'll be fine. So.
And Joe Isabel had a rough night as well.
Yes. Yeah.
Not the finishes he was hoping for, and he got caught up in a dumpster fire or two that were caused by other drivers. But that's dirt racing. You're on the edge of out of control at all times. But yeah, you definitely need to have throttle control and brake control to be successful in here, and I'm looking forward to what they're going to vote on for next week, because I was nothing but impressed with what I saw tonight.
For sure. Well, guys, that's going to do it for us. Anything else you want to say, man?
Ma can get me. I am done.
I don't think we have a broadcast tomorrow. Sam don't have one, right?
Not yet.
We're
on. Top Fuel is on hiatus for another week or so.
Okay, and then we got one on Thursday. Red Sox, I know, comes back, and then Sam has one on Friday.
No, we also have one on Thursday. The Die Hard Racing League.
Die Hard Racing League, that's right.
Their Daytona race with the throwback Cup cars.
Right.
Sam, Frank, and myself are going to be in the booth for that one.
Okay, and then I know Sam has one on Friday also for the iRacing Series Super Speedway League. Which was my job, and I've kind of got out of the super speedway stuff. I wanted to take a break from it, and Sam's filling in, which is awesome. And I don't broadcast Friday. Saturday, NASCOM.
And that'll be myself in the booth for that one.
And we got WSCRL that night.
I would like to point out, if you would like to donate to the Help Tony Trapasso a second monitor fund, you can reach out to us. You can reach out to us on our Facebook page, and because the thing is, if I can get a second monitor, that means we can bring you more content, ladies.
More broadcasts. Well, how many leagues do we seriously have? Right, we got a lot, but we could have more.
We will. We'll have that discussion on our Facebook chat. Thank you all for joining us on our YouTube chat. Matt, good to have you with us tonight. I know who that was, Dank Tanks. But anyways, those of you joining us on the Facebook side and on the YouTube side, thank you for joining us. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, tattoo it on your face. And just remember, ladies and gentlemen, we do have a thing going right now that when we reach, I believe it's 2,500 subscribers.
Like that, yeah.
2,500 subscribers. All of us.
No, not me. I got enough tattoos.
All of us that are still going to be working for ESPN at the time are going to get the ESPN logo tattooed somewhere on our body.
I'll get it on my butt.
You can get it tattooed wherever you want to, but
I'm gonna show it on a broadcast though. We'll be demonetized and copyrighted.
And I just want to point one thing out real quick. If the Matt Shepard that was in the Facebook chat is the Matt Shepard I think it is, Matt, you got to come join us, bud.
Sure.
You know, get yourself a wheel and pedal set and come join us. This is so much fun.
All right, that'll do it for us tonight, guys. Hope everybody has a good night. Y'all take care. We'll see y'all Thursday, and God bless as always.